Hello and welcome to today's video. With that bridge in the background, you probably already guessed that I am here in London, England's capital. And we will start today's videos with the Tower Bridge of London in the background. I am on my last stop of my trip through Wales and England. And of course I cannot leave England without having a look at its capital. I only have 8 hours left here in London and I will do my best to see as much as possible of London as I can. And I personally always think the best way to explore a city is by walking through it, because this way you will get the best feeling about the city and see as many places as possible. So join me on my walking tour through London. By the way, the Tower Bridge has been started to build in 1886 and finished in 1894. And of course you can cross it with a vehicle, but you can also cross it walking over it. I am now right in front of the Tower of London, which is an ancient historical castle that has been built by the Normans in the late 1070s when they invaded and conquered England. This castle has served as a prison, a royal palace and a fortress, of course, to protect the city from enemies. So this part here of the London Tower is called the Traitors' Gate, which you can see here behind me. And this is where people have been kept prisoner. There have also been tortures taking place here and even executions. Now, of course, you can visit the Tower of London and enter it and explore all the areas, but it is already really amazing that you can learn a lot of things outside of the building, as there are many signs explaining the castle and what it was built for and so on. So I think that's pretty cool that you can already learn a lot of things for free. Let's now take a walk along the Thames River, which by the way is England's longest river. That building here in the background on the other side of the Thames River, by the way, is called the Shard. And it is a building that contains offices, hotels and restaurants. And it is the highest building of Western Europe with almost 310 meters. There's an observation deck that you can visit, from which you will get a great overview over London. But alternatively to the observation deck, you can also just make a reservation in one of the restaurants and enjoy the view from up there as well. I am making my way along the Thames River here in London. We can now see the London Bridge here in the background that I have just passed. By the way, there are so many bridges here, but in my opinion, the Tower Bridge is the most impressive one, the most beautiful one, and of course also the most symbolic one of London. You can also do a river cruise, by the way, which is a boat tour where they will explain you everything about the sights that you see along the way, and they are supposed to be pretty cool as well. I am definitely enjoying this tour on the Thames River. It is a beautiful path that clearly has been made for people to walk along. You don't have breaks at all. You can straightly continue the whole path. There are tunnels if you want to go below the bridge, which are sometimes beautiful and sometimes a bit creepy. Always depends. But in general, it's a beautiful path. But just in case you now think it is an easy thing to do to walk through London, don't be fooled. London is a huge city. Actually, I am now walking 1 hour to my next stop, to the Big Ben. So that's a very long time to walk. Just keep that in mind. London, of course, also has a great public transport system. But in my case, I prefer to walk because as I have a very limited amount of time, I want to see as many places as possible and stop every now and again. And walking makes that possible. So yeah, walking so far is the best decision I could have taken. From here we now get a beautiful overview of the London Eye, which is one of the most popular tourist attractions here in London. It is also the biggest observational wheel of Europe. With a height of 135 meters, you can get on it for more or less £30 per person. I'm saying more or less because it always depends on the kind of ticket you buy. In my opinion, this seems quite expensive. And I've heard that this is the most visited paying attraction of the UK. And it makes, during the summer months, up to £500,000 per day, which is an insane number. Whoever owns this thing is definitely a rich man or woman. In any case, I'm sure the views from up there are absolutely stunning. You may think it is not moving at all because it actually looks from here like it's not moving, but it is. It's just moving very slowly. It actually takes about half an hour to make one full turn for the wheel. As you can see, it is located right in front of the Thames River, and from here we can not only see the London Eye, but also the Big Ben and the Westminster Palace. By the way, I am walking along the Thames River now since more or less 40 minutes. And since those 40 minutes, I'm carrying an empty water bottle with me because I haven't seen any garbage cans here. This is a little bit insane, but I feel like the city is clearly lacking on garbage cans. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. And I finally made it to the Big Ben, which is that clock tower that you can see here behind me. Actually, the truth is that Big Ben is the name of the big bell that is inside of the clock tower. And the clock tower itself is called the Elizabeth Tower. But in general, people just call the whole thing Big Ben. So the Big Ben is the UK's third tallest clock tower, and it has a height of 96 meters. There are 399 steps that you would have to climb if you want to walk all the way up there. And even though the clock tower has been built in 1859, it has seen several makeovers already. And right next to the Big Ben you can see the Palace of Westminster, which is where the Parliament is located. I am now in front of the Jewels Tower, which is the building you can see here behind me. It is right in front of the Palace of Westminster, and it has been built in between 1365 and 1366 for King Edward III. Actually, it has been built for his jewels, and it has been known as the King's Privy Wardrobe. It is one of only two buildings that have survived the fire of 1834. And again, it is a building that you can actually visit, of course. But as you can see here behind me, there are signs in front of this building as well, just like in front of the Tower of London. So you can already learn a lot of things about the history of this building right in front of it for free. And also, can we just quickly appreciate how beautiful the cabs are here in London? The taxis here look like cars for special people, but no, they are for ordinary people just like me and everybody else here in the city. And I think they look super elegant and quite unique. I am now in front of the Westminster Abbey, which is this super impressive Gothic style church that you can see here behind me. I'm having a very hard time to get it into the frame. But anyways, it is much bigger than I expected it to be, and it looks absolutely stunning. This church that we can see here until today has been started to build in 1245. And this is also the place where the coronations take place. For example, when Prince Charles has been crowned, this ceremony has been taking place here in the Westminster Abbey, as well as some royal weddings, for example, the one of Prince William. And the next stop is Piccadilly Circus that you can see right here behind me. It is this junction here, and it is a public space. It is quite popular because it actually reminds people of the Times Square in New York due to these huge walls with commercials that you can see in the background. Also, this neighborhood here is known as one of the best neighborhoods in London for nightlife. So the nightlife here is supposed to be really great, meaning if you're interested in that, this would be a great place to stay. In general, this is a very lively neighborhood. And I am at my last stop for today's video, which of course is the Buckingham Palace. Of course, I cannot leave London without seeing the King's Palace. This is actually one of three official residences of the King. One of them being the Buckingham Palace, obviously. The second one would be the Windsor Castle, which is the UK's biggest castle. And the third one is the Holyrood Palace, which is located in Edinburgh in Scotland. The Buckingham Palace has in total 775 rooms, which is an impressive number. 188 of these rooms are staff bedrooms, and there are in total 92 offices, and of course also royal rooms and rooms for guests. And during the summer months, the Buckingham Palace can be visited by visitors. Just have a look around me. There are so many people here. It is kind of crazy, and I'm not so sure if I can actually get any closer to the palace because it is everywhere blocked and there are just so many people. I'm not sure where to go right now, but maybe I will give it a try. There are so many people here. I am not the only one that thought that I cannot leave London without seeing the Buckingham Palace. So yeah, it is super crowded. Okay, I cannot believe what just happened. I couldn't have been more wrong with my theory that people are just here to see the Buckingham Palace. I had no idea that there was actually a celebration going on today. I was just about to leave when I heard a cannon shot, and I turned around and I was like, okay, what is going on here? And everybody was looking at the monument in front of the palace, and So did I, and I asked someone what was going on, and she was like, oh, the Japanese emperor and empress are visiting and they are welcoming them. So that one time I am visiting London, I actually got to see the King, the Queen, Prince William, and the Emperor and Empress of Japan. How cool is that? I was just a few meters away from them and saw the celebration and the welcoming of the Emperor and Empress. That was pretty cool, actually. I never expected anything like that, and I think this is the best way to actually end today's video, isn't it? I couldn't be happier with my trip here to London right now. I really enjoyed my walk through the city, although it was exhausting due to the very hot temperature today and the sun that is quite strong, but I'm not complaining about the lovely weather here in England lately. I really had an amazing time. I really enjoyed the city, and I think London is definitely worth a visit, and I would love to come back one day with more time, because especially if you want to enter all of these sites that I have shown you in today's video, you will definitely need more time. I would suggest at least 3 days to actually be able to fully enjoy the city and to enter some of the sites as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video as well. If you did, make sure to leave me a thumbs up, because you are going to support my work a lot by doing so. And also subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any further adventure. If you haven't seen the other videos of the UK yet that I have uploaded already, make sure to check them out next. And I will hopefully see you in my next adventure. See you in the next video.